It's the largest Second World War British military cemetery in France. The immaculately tended graves are in Bayeux, the very first town liberated on D-Day. Nearly 5,000 soldiers are buried here, almost 4,000 of them British. Many died on what became known as the longest day. That was 73 years ago, but those who fought through it still come to remember. They also recall that the Bayeux cemetery was established only 2 days after D-Day.
One of the main reasons why it's the biggest cemetery is because we established the first British military hospital here. And of course a lot of the wounded chaps were brought back here and died in hospital, and so they were buried in this cemetery. My colonel was killed here and he's buried on an A4 grave, so I visit that every time and remember him. And remember all the other chaps who didn't make it.
Every year, old soldiers spend several days commemorating the Normandy landings. The anniversary of D-Day itself is often considered the most emotional part.
You've only got to look at that not to be emotional, haven't you? Look at them all. And we go to lots of cemeteries. And it gets, particularly when you get your own badge, even if you didn't know the lad, he's wearing your badge, or the lad's at the same age that you were. It has to be.
This year, more than 100 veterans have been given lifts to Normandy in London taxis. The cabbies are volunteers with the taxi charity for military veterans. As some former soldiers approach 100, there's talk that this may be their last trip. At the same time, it's Sir Michael Fallon's first visit to the Bayeux Cemetery as Defence Secretary. By the end of D-Day, the Allies had established a foothold in France. 11 months later, Hitler's Nazi Germany was no more. The sacrifice of often young men who made it all possible is unlikely to be forgotten. Rob Olver, Forces News, Normandy.